Hello, everybody. It's so good. We've got Kevin and Kitty here. Kitty's actually cat, but we call her Kitty.
Yes, one
Guys,
of our power couples
power couples in
in
church.
church.
In church, yes. This month we've been talking about like how people in our community, in our church, have gone through like real life experiences and how they overcome certain things and sharing about this kind of encouragement for our youth and for the tribe. And so before we get into it, why don't we start off with a little bit of introduction? Kevin, Kitty, could you guys explain that love story? What happened with you guys? How did Kevin and Kitty?
Yeah, how did that happen? I think you should tell the story. Yes.
No, I think you explain.
I
Maybe later I'll have a lot of.
no, you tell.
Okay, so basically, I first liked her. Actually, I didn't tell her like, hey, I like you. You know, I started to talk to her and give her hints that
Obvious hints.
obvious hints.
So obvious.
There was one point that we used to fight a lot. Like we just speak rude to each other and we hated each other like full on. Like everything is hate.
I mostly hated
And yeah,
him.
she mostly hated me and she just can't like stand me and.
Alright, let's tell each other a secret about ourselves. I'm gonna go first. I hate you.
But that changed into love. I don't know how to explain that.
Good.
But yeah, we met at church. We met at church and Pastor Ben, right? He
Yeah.
really, tried to speak all these kind of things to us and tried to get us together. But that time I was like, yeah, no way, there. Right.
She said, yeah, no way, but today she ended up. So guys out there, I just want to encourage you. Don't worry.
Don't worry. So good.
And the worst thing I did was, I'm not the worst thing, the best thing, I actually proposed to her, like asked her to be my girlfriend. And I didn't realize there was a rubbish bin there. And
Yeah, right beside the bench.
and I said, would you, and she said she has to think about it. I was like, oh, whoa. But thank God that night she said, yes.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And that's how it happened, lah.
That's how it happened.
Thanks for the introduction. The very nice introduction. So, I mean, it's awesome. Like, you guys have been in this relationship for some time, and more recently, you guys took that step. The step that I'm sure that a lot of our tribe people, the young people, would be kind of freaked out to take, right? Which is to propose to your girlfriend. To make the decision to get married. This is the crazy thing. You guys made this decision during a pandemic, right? And I know, Kitty, you had an interview about this with Creative Storehouse. But like this is like big news, right? Because I don't think anybody expects this kind of a thing. Like, how have you dealt with this? How have you guys dealt with this?
You want to say something first?
What's the question?
How have we dealt with this thing? I mean, like, it's so crazy how like we thought, by next year June, right, everything is going to be fine. We're definitely going to get married. We had people telling us, it's going to go well, guys. It's going to go smooth. We were planning, and we brought our close friends, and we told them, whatever it is, we will still carry on. We will still get married. And then,
But I think for me, I'm looking forward for that day. But I think I'm trying to build myself, become a better man while waiting for that time to come. I think it's good that I use that time. That's something for me that I see it for myself. When the day comes, get better at it. So
Awesome. I love that.
That's what
I love that.
Get better at it for.
get better with yourself.
With myself, yeah.
For me, it was a very exciting thing to get married, especially when I can't wait to wear a white gown, walk down the aisle and see Kevin ugly cry. And that had to be paused. But it was very frustrating. The 2 weeks before the lockdown happened, I was already getting very stressed up. I was like, okay, okay, how do we go about it? Should we just do like a hush one, and then like just post it on social media? All these kind of funny ideas just kept going through my mind, and I would be so stressed out. He's not the type where he shows he's stressed, but he's like, don't worry, everything's going to be fine. I mean, everyone was telling us that everything's going to be fine, but inside me I was like, no, it's not going to be fine. It's going to be locked down, and I can't get my mom to come from Ipoh, and that's like another stress. And so it was such a difficult time. I mean, we spoke to our pastors as well, Pastor Alvin and Pastor Stephanie. And, I'm glad I spoke to them, because after that, I felt like, okay, it's okay to wait for a while, for a few more months. We don't have to rush into this. It's better to have a wedding without any additional stress or additional problem. And it made sense. Whatever they advised us made sense. I think at that time we were just thinking about, we wanted to get married on that date, in that particular time. We wanted we wanted everything to happen according to our plan. But at the end of the day, I just realized that it's all God's plan, God's timing.
I love that. I mean, it's so real. It's sometimes so tough, right? We have things that we look forward to, and especially when you have it like scheduled already, like it's supposed to happen, and
it comes on like things you have to do with like money and like for example, you need to book like a restaurant, you need to put everything for the food and all of that.
And when things don't necessarily go like our way, I think like it's a not. I mean, in your case, it's like a wedding. Like having a wedding, usually something that you have like once in a lifetime. And like I think for a lot of us, like not just in a wedding itself, but in a lot of other things. Like I know for so many people, their plans for the entire year have been completely messed up because of COVID, because of the pandemic. And I know that you were supposed to go to Australia. I was supposed to go to Australia. No, I wasn't supposed to go to Australia. I wish I could go to Australia, but there were so many things that were supposed to happen, and then this whole thing happens, and all of our lives just kind of like turn upside down, or actually our lives just stop suddenly, right, out of the blue. And the tungu forever kind of a thing. I think it's so good to hear like from you guys that you're still positive, you're still hopeful, that this, even though these hiccups along the way, they don't necessarily tear you down. Sure, it may be disappointing. Yes, it may be something that we don't have control over, and I'm not going to deny, I'm sure it's not what you planned, but I love that you guys have seen the good in it. Let's say if someone were to like share their experience with you, to say like, hey, I'm going through a tough time, a lot of my plans have not gone through, and I'm just in a really like bad place right now, what would be your encouragement to them?
I would tell them to I know sometimes it's difficult to look at the brighter side when everything seems very dark, but I guess it's like tiny steps. You can't see the brighter side straight away. You have to also experience tiny things like what I said, those Bible verses that comes into my phone. Like, so I'm the person where sometimes I miss it, but the past few days I was not missing it, and it's been so helpful, and it's good to always share how you feel to someone. Don't just keep it to yourself, even if, it's good to share it to someone that you can trust, and always, and then slowly you'll be able to see the brighter side of it. Like, okay, maybe if it doesn't happen now, maybe if it's not happening now, maybe it's going to be something greater in the future. Yes, it may take time. It may take like maybe a year, but there's going to be something good coming out of it. And during that time, right, where you thought it's going to take a year, maybe you would have already discovered something amazing along that way that you could do. I mean, that's something that I would say to someone if they were feeling like that.
So good. She's
so good.
Yeah.
But for me, Pastor Ben was saying this, like, rather than like, you have a plan or something, what do you have in your hands now? Like, what do you have now? And it relates to what she said. I mean, we can work on something now that we have, that we are weak in something that, we are not strong, but we can work on it now, so that when the plan comes, we are actually way a bit more prepared than where we were used to be. And ask question. I'm asking myself nowadays, like, what can I do? Like, what can I make things? How can I talk to her better? Simple things, So yeah, when the day comes, we are way more prepared to, and so that problem when it happens at that time, it's like
it's like we know what to do.
We know what to do.
Awesome, love that.
I think it's even useful for like I know not all of the people who are watching right now are going to get married or they're in the stage of planning a wedding and things like that. But I think it's like your advice is even useful for people who are like planning to go to college, even if it's online college. You know what? Taking this time, like this extra time in between to like learn things and grow yourself, because you're entering a whole new season. You're entering a season with new people. An area you have technically you have no knowledge about on what it's going to be, but it's like you're taking this time to grow your character, I guess, or like even like how Kitty was saying that like the little things, growing in learning little things. You're gonna like take this time to be productive and learn little things that are gonna help you along the way when you reach that time that you enter that season.
Yeah. I like
the best part. You already work. Some people are impatient, but while waiting, you're already actually working, being patient.
Yeah,
that's already something that you're working on. For me, I'm always impatient. When I want something, I want this, I want that. She's always patient, and sometimes she's impatient. But let's leave that aside. but yeah, that's something I'm working on, which is good.
So good, man. I love what you said just now about like, I remember what you were saying, like with Pastor Ben sharing at the recent meeting that we had about like what we have in our hands right now.
Yeah.
And I think that's good because that's a really good perspective. A lot of times we tend to when we face situations where things don't go our way, it's very easy to just turn to God and say like, God, like, why is everything messed up? Why are you not intervening? When in actual fact, we could look at what we have in our hands and say, oh God, you've allowed this situation to happen. There has to be some reason. There has to be something that can be birthed out of this, some good that can grow out of this. And I think so far throughout my life, at least, every time something bad has happened, usually something good, at least 9 out of 10 times, can come out of it. And it would be so much easier if we just click that much quicker to say like, you know what, wait, let me take a step back. God, what are you doing here? Open my eyes to see what you're actually going to do right now in this, because I might not be able to see it, but give me the eyes to see what you're going to do right now in my life. I think that's really encouraging.
I think even like the small things that can be birthed out of it could even just be learning from a mistake.
Yep.
Even though, let's say that mistake is irreversible, you can't change what happened, but you can change what happens in the future.
Yep. Like, I mean, like frying luncheon meat without a shirt on, that can be dangerous. There's a dangerous activity. I've got scars to show for that. But I never fry luncheon meat with my shirt off. Ever again, you learn the hard way, but God can do amazing things, even in the weirdest situations.
Okay, so now we have like some funny questions that we want to ask you guys.
The surprise!
So we want to know
what you hate about each other.
Really?
Serious?
I think Ken and Kevin both have something in mind.
I think
I have so many.
All right. Let's see.
I think this call should be something that builds each other up. After this call, I think I don't want it to be next thing you know, hey guys.
No.
Okay.
But I think that everyone would want to know what is the one thing that you guys love about each other. Like the one thing.
One thing that we love about each other. You go first.
No, you go first.
You go first.
No, you go first. Okay, fine. Saw that. Submit. Just kidding.
You better take lessons.
One thing I love about Kitty is she packs super good lunch boxes.
Really?
Yeah.
I pack veggies for him.
She does. It's okay. She still wakes up. She still does, and that's something I really like. And she cooks well. Not like you open up, you're like, oh, you see. Okay, let's say you see dal, and you're like, oh wow, it's dal. Okay. Then eat it. Whoa, it's good. It's different, Yeah. Anything, everything. Chicken curry, whatever. But I love her rasam. That's one thing I love about her. She cooks. Really love. Like full of love.
For me, one thing I love about Kevin, I like it that he can really make a place can be so dark, and it can be so not like dark, not literally dark, but you can feel like your surrounding is so dark and so dim and everything. But he can instantly make you laugh, with whatever he's doing. It doesn't need to be something that he's saying. It's something that he's doing also. You can laugh.
Yeah,
so,
that's true.
Yeah.
I can
that's
vouch
what
for
I love
that,
about
yeah.
Okay. One last thing that we are wanting to do with you guys before we go would be that we know that Kevin has made some TikToks, and that Kat is often behind a lot of the TikToks. We want you guys to both do a TikTok. So if you guys have seen, there is this TikTok dance, which I will either be playing like right now. I'll send it to you now.
Wow.
Oh!
You need to practice.
Must practice last one.
Hi, I'm Renata Bliss and I'm your freestyle dance teacher.
Dance Cody. So we have to do one now. Now.
Okay, so how about you adjust the camera to make it a bit further? You just try it now, and then after this thing, when we end recording is after that, you go and practice.
Okay.
Do it and then you send it to me. So we have both.
Okay. You have to remove all that.
Yeah, we have to clear some scenes first.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so first we have. Okay. No, it's you, Lele.
I don't know. Then you turn, and then you fall, and then you your hand up first, and my hand this side. Then you join the first down hand, bottom, up, down.
Okay.
Turn. Okay. Okay, go.
We practice nicely and we will send you guys one nice one.
and we're gonna add it in here.
So good.
Dancing in the moonlight, take me down like I'm a domino. Every second is when we touch, don't ever let me go.
Hey guys, we're so glad that we've been able to have this conversation together with Kevin and Kitty. You guys are amazing.
Best couple.
Woo! Hands down. And it's been so
thank
fun,
you.
so good. Zoe,
Yeah. So before we have an end to this fun session, we wanna ask you guys to just give like one word to encourage everyone. Just something that represents something that encourages you in your uncertainty.
You want to go first?
Yeah, go first.
Okay, I'll go first.
Yeah.
So, one word, maybe a phrase. I posted this a while ago on my Instagram. This song that says "In His Time." So for me, that keeps me going, where I trust God that everything will happen beautifully in His time. So that's for me.
Yeah,
So
for me, I think it's the song "Wait on the Lord," and I know it's like, it's a nice song, "Wait on the Lord," but actually it has a lot of meaning. Waiting on Him it's a big thing. It's for speaking for me, being patient. I think I would say that everyone can be patient if you really exercise it.
Yeah.
And I think this is the best time to do something that you're not comfortable with and you are not willing to do. This is the best time to do it.
Yeah.
Because you have no choice, and make full use of it, and the best thing is, even this period of time, building relationship with God, that played a big role for me. Using the time. Sorry. Oh, she just corrected me. One word.
Love it. Thank you guys so much. So good. Thanks, guys. Have a great one.
Thank
Bye.
you. You too, guys. Bye.
Bye.